Welcome to Geeks Corner. I'm Mr. DAPs.
I'm Katie.
I'm Cameron.
And I was running. Like this last weekend.
I'm glad it stopped.
You got beat at your own game.
No, it's not a game.
Did you just hear how high his voice was?
You two can fight over who's going to talk about Twitter then, because clearly Murray is winning at this. Actually, before we talk about Twitter, we need to show what showed up on Twitter, because there was a great meme that deserves being on the show. Oh, we're not ready? Okay, go ahead.
No.
Talk about Twitter.
Twitter is a social media app or service in which
Tell them
you
about
can...
140 characters. Tell them about that.
Yes, you can only do so many characters.
Tell them
no,
about hashtags.
but
Tell them about
follow along
hashtags
with us with
use
the hashtag
ampersand to actually reference.
Geeks Corner.
Make sure you tell them about the part where they can send individual tweets to talk to us using the hashtag Geeks Corner. Tell them tell them that part.
Like that cool graphic
that.
up on the screen?
So, yeah, graphics.
All right. Well, this last weekend was the Superheroes Half Marathon at the Disneyland Resort. And Murray actually was part of that, as was Roger Rabbit back in the corner. And between the two of them, every race of the weekend was run except for the kids one.
Yes. And that's only because of restrictions and rules and not knowing how to use
how
air
did,
quotation marks.
how did that go when you were trying to get into the kids race and they were dragging you away?
Child at heart, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm talking to you.
The argument.
Oh.
Right?
Those kids are vicious.
Anyway, talk about your races.
I ran the Infinity Gauntlet Challenge, which is the 10K and the half marathon, and yes, I'm crazy.
And during which you collect a series of 7 stones, which control.
Yeah.
You should have brought them tonight. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
We didn't know you were going to be on the show, though. We just made this up on the spot, so that's okay.
No, we're really prepared.
So you got to see Doctor Strange this weekend, too. Is that correct?
I did.
What was that like?
The person, you mean, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
He was at the resort, I thought.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Casting spells and stuff.
Stuff.
Which spells did he
Performing
cast?
neurosurgery.
That's crashing cars.
Oh, no.
Crashing
No
cars,
problem.
making spells. There we go. Here is our... Is it up?
What?
Okay. There we go.
There we go.
You know what deserves 2 thumbs up? Geeks Corner. Murray, you didn't put 2 thumbs up.
I'll add one for you.
Do it.
There you go. Now we got 3 thumbs up. Great.
Yay.
So compared to your other races that you've run, how does this one rate? And which one is your favorite so far?
On a scale of 1 to fish.
What?
1 to fish. Yeah, exactly.
Wow. Has any of them reached fish? I don't know.
This is a commitment to it. I don't know if they're actually at fish.
Because you've done a couple Star Wars ones. You've done the Disneyland.
I've done Disneyland with the Dumbo Double Dare Challenge, whatever that comes out to be. There's Dumbo in it. I don't know. Done that one. This was the first time I did the Avengers half, and then have done Star Wars a couple times, and even Star Wars in Florida, and the Wine and Dine one.
And which one was the best?
It's themed to food and wine in Epcot in that one. Anyway.
Did they serve snacks? Like.
Well, okay, so that one might actually be the best, even though when I ran it, it was half a half.
Oh, because of the weather,
there was
right?
Lightning on the course. I don't know why they wouldn't let us run when there's like lightning striking the road. I mean,
That sounds
I don't
awesome.
see a problem with that.
yeah, that's
Be
makes
way
you run
cool.
faster,
It actually
right?
sounds like the beginning of a Brian Regan sketch.
Yeah,
I was
Like,
gonna say it worked better for the superhero one. You just run like Thor. I got this.
yeah.
I mean, I could run full race or half a race and still get my snow cone.
That's pretty much what happens. You run half the race and you still get the snow cone, which is also
Perfect.
nice. But the Wine and Dine, they do a party at Epcot after, and so you get when you finish the race. So all these half marathons, there's like food in you get a banana. Banana is actually what motivates me at like mile 10. Is I just start thinking about like I'm gonna get banana at the end of this. So there's always food like that, and you get like Powerade. At the end of Wine and Dine, I mean, like, I don't usually
I have
eat
so many
bananas.
things I could say right now. Keep going.
It's like, you're so hungry. It's wonderful. So at the end of Wine and Dine, you get all those things, the like food box, a banana, Powerade. You also get a choice of beer or wine.
Oh, To go with your banana?
To go with the banana.
Now, do you find what do you find pairs
paired with the banana? It's just wonderful.
I just like the image. I'm just like drenched in sweat, finished the race, medal sitting there, banana wine.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move back into the resort. Well, you were in the resort, but let's move into the parks. And holidays began at the Disneyland Resort this last weekend. And so they now have Festival of Holidays, and then they have all the other holiday stuff that normally comes back. So let's hit some things that are returning this year first. One of the more popular things is Viva Navidad. Who would like to share about Viva Navidad? We'll talk about it. Okay, go ahead. Do you like it?
There are freaky giant puppets.
Yes, there are. And they are terrifying.
I thought people liked this one. I thought it was going to be a definite hit, but you...
No, I like it. I really like it.
Oh, okay.
But there is freaky giant puppets.
So I'm taking it the puppets are not your favorite part.
No.
What is your favorite part?
The music.
Do you have a favorite song in it?
I like the samba.
How about you?
I like all of the music in the world.
Everyone did the most. We're just, yep.
Do you have a favorite part? You're not a huge Viva person.
I'm not.
Okay.
I think it's a lot of fun, and I really can appreciate it, but it is not something I would go choose to do every single time.
Okay. What do you think, Roger?
I love it.
That's what I thought, because you're just looking at her like she's crazy.
Right. It was one of those.
Like she was talking, and Roger's like...
I was
you could almost see the disgust coming through Roger's forehead.
It's
That happens
because
when I
was-
talk.
Yeah, it was one of those surprises, and when it first debuted 3 years ago, and everyone was like, "Where has this been?"
It's a good addition back there. It eats up a lot of people. Like every time it starts, you just see this whole area of the park. Whoa, what is that? It's great. Another returning entertainment option is Christmas Fantasy Parade. What do we think of a Christmas Fantasy Parade?
There's a special magic.
Only when Christmas time is here. There appears to be no soldiers this year, which I'm not a huge fan of.
It's true. The drummers are over in DCA for the Festival of Holidays.
Good for them.
Yeah.
I like the trumpeters.
Why do we keep the creepy reindeer?
And the creepy giant bear at the beginning.
Yeah, why? That's my only...
I like the terrifying teddy bear because it's like I forget about the teddy bear every year because it's always coming around the corner. You're like, oh yeah, the ballerina, this is amazing. She's gonna be on point the whole
Right?
That's honestly how I feel every
Why
single
is there so
time.
many Christmas things with like freaky giant things in them? At Disneyland?
Have you seen the Nutcracker? I mean, just saying, the Nutcracker is a pretty weird thing,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Freaky giant rats. And...
Other than that, I like the parade a lot. Do you have a favorite unit of the parade? Anybody? Santa Claus?
Oh, that's
100 Acre Woods unit is my favorite because of Eeyore.
100 Acre, okay.
Because of Eeyore.
Santa Claus. He likes the reindeer. Just little competition thing going on here. Jingle Cruise. The Jingle Cruise returned this year as well. Some of you have gotten to experience that. What did you think of it this year?
It's good. I mean, it's always successful every year. It's fun to hear variation on the jokes, and it feels pretty fresh.
Okay.
Which is fun.
Good. What did you think?
Yeah, I enjoy it.
It's good. It's okay. It's okay. Believe in Holiday Magic also returned. I actually really thought the parts I saw of it before it stopped, the projections are vastly improved this year. Like, I was really impressed with what I was seeing on the castle, and I'm assuming the same goes for It's a Small World. Anybody else see?
I saw it from Small World.
And what do you think?
It's good. Very good.
Okay.
They most importantly, they line up well, which is, they obviously did some work to make sure that everything was projecting correctly, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, I agree too. Looking over at Twitter,
To the internet.
we've got a lot going on. Every week when I see Cameron's beard still there, I just facepalm and think deeply of all life choices involving Geeks Corner.
Is this
Wow.
Jenny?
No, that was Jason.
Was it really?
That was Jason.
Wow.
Dead to me.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Miss
Yikes.
Bailey C says, this shows you the memes I make up during the day are not as good as the ones I make up on the spot.
It's true. It's true.
Okay, I like all of them, but I'm okay with that.
I just love memes.
Memes? Yes. Mark Eads says, they don't want you to run in Florida when lightning strikes the road, as you might jump in a lake full of alligators. True story.
True.
And the Toy Soldier drummer act is really cool at the festival holidays. I actually completely agree with that.
Yep.
I thought that was one of the highlights of the festival holidays. We're going to get to that in a minute. But did you get to see those
I've seen bits and pieces.
in the video?
Yeah.
But yeah, they do, was it 3 or 4 songs that they basically do drumline over by Ghirardelli. And
They're having fun.
and they walk,
Yeah.
like, it's fun to watch them march through the park playing the drums too. And there's 4 of them. And then they go crazy over in their little acts. That's probably, 10 minutes, 15 minutes long.
Yeah, if that, yeah.
It was very sweet and quick, and that's always a good thing as well. Laura says, I love Viva Navidad so very much, with multiple exclamation points. And Mary Casillas says, the reindeer are still creepy.
No argument.
Now let's move on to World of Color, Season of Light, the newest incarnation of World of Color. We got to watch it this weekend.
Not good.
Somebody didn't do his homework,
haven't
but that's
seen
okay. Not everybody's perfect. Murray, what'd you think of Season of Light? Since I haven't actually talked
nice.
to you about it, really. So it was nice. Did it make you want a cup of tea, or?
No.
I just heard it was nice, and it made me think of tea.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm trying to think how to say this without the internet hating me.
Oh, no, we love it when the
That
internet
was-
hates somebody. Keep
yeah.
going. Yeah.
I don't entirely like Winter Dreams, the past Christmas incarnation of World of Color. I think the thing about Winter Dreams that Season of Light didn't have was like a story to kind of put everything together.
Mhm.
And so
You don't like that there's not a story?
I don't like it. It's a little
You don't
jumpy.
like the montage thing?
Well, and I there's also like this weird false ending that like
Okay, the false ending's a
Yeah.
little bit weird.
Yeah.
I will concede that point.
so there's even like a little bit of those different things that are like I
Because
don't
to me,
understand
the
what's
false
happening.
ending is almost exit music.
Uh-huh.
And I think it could have ended with that as exit music, and it would have shortened the show a little bit, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
that would have made more sense.
But it's very nice. I think they did a good job. I like the clips they use. I like that there is not Let It Go
Which
in this.
we have an update from Miss Bailey C, who says we are all unwinners for the World of Color Let It Go bet, because we all had times where we thought it was going to be in the show, and then it wasn't at all, so we all lose. Good.
Well,
Congratulations.
In actuality, we're all winners.
We all win, yeah.
So
It's a big win for like society at large.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it was a very good choice.
I loved it, and I'm not much of a World of Color person. I enjoy it, but I really I thought they stopped making fun of my hand motions.
I didn't do a thing.
I saw you.
Maybe we should just all do the same hand motions that Katie does.
We should
Like, okay, she's doing this
leave me
thing.
alone.
Oh, we can watch on the screen. There we
Oh,
go.
hey! Much easier.
I can't talk like this.
This is not a good week to be listening to the podcast. You might want to watch this on
Yeah.
YouTube. Okay.
But I actually I realized beforehand that I didn't think about if I was gonna cry or not, and I turned to Mr. Daps who I seen it and I go, "Am I gonna cry during this?" And he's like, "Yeah, probably." And I would like to report I only cried once, so
Only
I
once.
Success
Moving
is-
up in the world.
and it was only like slight tears. So
Mm.
yeah.
That were like gushing down your
Um,
face. And
I still don't know how to say this. Dwadk.
Yeah.
I think that's the way you say it, right?
Sure.
It's acronomious, so you can
Yes.
say it however you want.
I haven't seen it. He's speaking. Oh, but I sure hope Season of Light was lit, and I am way too old to use that term. Apparently, I am too.
Thank you for that follow-up on that, because I was going to tear you apart.
I also really enjoyed World of Color. I thought the ending was a little bit wonky, because it had this really cool like finale, and then it's like,
It was a
oh, let's
touching
add that
song.
little bit of
Yeah.
a tag
Yeah,
to
and
it.
then everything after that like fake finale is kind of like weak compared to like what you already saw.
And it was
Like-
pretty. It just after what you'd already seen,
Yeah.
it felt a little bit anticlimactic.
And there was no fire. So that's
The night,
Yeah,
downside.
there's not.
the first night I saw it, there was, and then Sunday night there was not.
Why was there no
Um,
fire?
Lightning.
I won't say where it is, but you can go watch the video if you want. I liked all of the random characters they snuck into this show. Like, I was really happy to see baby Hercules and baby Pegasus in the show,
Maybe
and
the noggin.
they had young Hercules in the show at one point also. And I thought it was fun to see they just used a
There's
lot of
Tarzan.
characters.
I
Yeah.
saw. Actually, where I'm thinking about where Tarzan was at. I think that was my favorite montage in the show. Just by the way.
Just
I liked the Goofy segment too, with
Oh,
him
that's
decorating his house. Like, that part was one of my favorite parts. Yeah. Anybody
Fun
else have?
fact, they used that song in the Osborne Festival of Lights,
Aw.
which is no longer at Disney World, and I just made the internet cry.
You did.
Good
So,
job.
Congratulations.
Miss Bailey C says, big win for society, except for those kids who stood next to whoever filmed the video who were upset without seeing Elsa. So, funny story about that, Miss Bailey C. I showed up about an hour before the show to film this, and probably a half an hour before the show, a little Elsa that was probably 7 years old with a turkey leg that was bigger than her decided to push her way right up next to me in my suit and wave her turkey leg around and talk to me about Frozen and World of Color and how excited she was to be at Disneyland and how she goes all the time, which turns out was once a year. She was actually a very adorable little kid, and we had fun talking for probably 20-25 minutes, but then she continued the conversation as the show went on. And I felt a little bit bad that there was no Let It Go for her, but I was not overly disappointed for me. So you can listen to her conversation in the show.
Mr. Daps, crushing little children's dreams. That's forever.
No, it was a very sweet. She was a sweet kid. I was just really worried about my suit because I'm pretty sure the turkey in the suit thing wouldn't work out so well. But yeah, what else do we got? There were other shows going on. Blue 13 was kind of a Bollywood dancing group that's I don't know what is that? Paradise Park, is that what it's called? That's
Yes.
dancing there. I enjoyed them a lot. I really liked Almost Kosher is another band that's playing there. There's also a gospel group that's a cappella that's really fun to watch. Did you get to see them, Roger?
I didn't.
You didn't see them yet? You should. They were fun. Raise? Thank you. I'm not remembering all the names and I didn't write them down. But they really upped their game with musical performances in DCA this year. And I think you could and Mariachi Divas are there again. Mm-hmm. But you could probably spend a bulk of the day just watching musical acts.
And enjoying delicious food.
And enjoying the food.
Yes.
And I noticed when I was watching Blue 13 last week, people were actually staying instead of stopping for a minute and leaving.
Yeah, they watched the whole show.
Yeah.
I watched, it was one of those things where it was collecting people as the show continued to move forward as opposed to stop for a minute and then move on.
Right.
And I think part of it was people just wanted to see what was next.
Yeah.
Do you want to add something? Oh, you're going like this. And I was like, is that my cue for I want to say something? Or okay, thanks. Great. So rating the holidays at Disneyland Resort versus other years, how do you think it's doing?
So far, very well. I'm enjoying the DCA.
Are we liking all the changes?
Yeah.
Step
I'd
up
say
in the
it's
world?
fish.
It's fish? All right, we
Solid
hit the
fish.
fish. Good, I'm so glad you like those fish. Beauty and the Beast. There's a new trailer that came out this last week. It was yesterday, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Man, time flies. It feels like forever ago. Beauty and the Beast, new trailer. Who wants to speak about it first? Don't all talk at once.
I'll talk.
Thank you.
I guess hand motions is the name of the game tonight.
Karen Lane.
Actually, speaking of that, Markeed says, Katie seems to have her own type of sign/hand language.
I do. Thank you for noticing.
You're
Most people don't. They just think I'm
Fun
very animated.
story. If you tie her hands behind her back, she can't talk. Stop. It's amazing.
Honestly, yeah.
And then the world breaks?
Yes.
Okay.
That's how it goes, right? This trailer made me care more. That sounds very cold and like I don't have a heart. But I was.
Well, the opening scene is in winter.
That's true. I wasn't totally sold on the whole thing yet. But the trailer, I really like it. I'm still kind of worried about the beast though.
Murray.
It looks fine. I'm just not a fan of them making the movie in the first place.
So do you feel any different about it now, or
No.
so it didn't take it up or down?
I have though a weird relationship with the movie in general, Beauty and the Beast, and everything. I acted in in the play like many years ago.
This is just going in such a weird direction. I had no clue the show would go here tonight.
And I couldn't watch the movie.
Wait, who were you first off?
I'm curious who you think I played.
Silly girl number 3.
Yes. No.
Cogsworth.
Yeah, actually.
Seriously?
So, I was seriously Cogsworth.
So was I.
You were thinking who? Maurice? No, he's definitely
that was my
Cogsworth.
friend.
I hope you're
And then
That was my mortal enemy.
Okay, so
we hated. He
so-
got that part. I want no.
So trailer.
No, and so no, but really, how it went is my friend was Maurice. I was Cogsworth. Between the two of us, when we would rehearse, we'd like pretty much go through the whole movie. So I couldn't watch the movie for 10 years because I just didn't.
Was it 10 years on the dot?
It's pretty
Yeah,
Yes.
10 years in a day, he watched it again, and he's watched it every day since.
And only once a year can he come back ashore to watch the film and be with his true love.
So you're kind of apathetic about this
I'm
film.
kind of apathetic just because I've known the movie so well, and so having a new
It's
movie
an
of it is
old
just kind of
friend.
like, well,
Tales old as time, really.
yeah.
Mhm.
Ah.
What do you think of the
I'm
so
will give it a
controversial
chance.
tonight?
I will watch it. And I'll probably watch it in theaters just because I feel like it at least probably would need that.
Mhm.
A lot of the design choices I'm questioning. The CG is still unimpressing me. I'm wondering if that's just the final thing we're seeing. I don't like Tiny Clock Gandalf at all.
I actually thought that was one of the better
I don't.
antiques.
I think it's just because the original like pompous Britishy voice from the original is so ingrained in my head that I'm having a tough time switching. And I realize it's a personal thing, but
Gandalf should be in every movie.
that's a segment. But anyway, I'm waiting to be impressed, and thus far have not been.
Okay. I'm completely amused by it because there's a Sound of Music moment. There's a, I don't know what it is, little kid screaming moment that's
There's a Harry Potter moment.
the Harry Potter moment. Yeah. There is so much going on in that like 2-minute trailer that I don't know what the movie is, to be completely honest. Like there's these dark moments that's kind of gloomy and almost gothic, and then you've got the Sound of Music moment where Belle is in this green happy field about to sing about a little town, I'm sure. But I don't know. Like, I think it's all going to come down to me to how good the music is. And if I walk out annoyed by it, that's going to be a huge problem. And if I can walk out going, oh, that was kind of fun, like, I think that'll be a success for me. But I don't know.
I agree.
I don't know what to think at this point, though. I'm not a fan of the Beast right now. Like, it just doesn't work yet for me. And maybe after watching the movie, like, it'll be something I'm used to. So I don't know if it's because I'm used to the other Beast, the animated one, or if
He strikes from a character building standpoint. He strikes the eye strange. His mouth.
He looks like, you know what the problem is? He looks like the guy from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
Lash.
Yeah.
He looks like Lash from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. That's the problem.
Maybe he's an Inhuman. Maybe the Beast.
I
has
think
been
the
an
Beast is Inhuman, and he's
Crossover,
going to be in the new
anyone?
Marvel ABC TV show they just announced. That's not even on the show tonight. There you go.
So that's a freebie.
We figured it
for
out.
everyone there.
So our final topic for tonight is Rogue One will be coming out in a few short weeks, and
1 month.
1 month from
Rogue in 1 month.
Yeah.
Rogue One.
Yep.
things are going rogue in a month. Cameron had some thoughts on Rogue One. Would you give the gist of your article, and then we'll comment on said thoughts and tell you if you're
Me
right
have
or wrong.
thoughts about Star Wars? No. Never.
What should we talk about?
We didn't say they're coherent. Just
Just belligerent. I went the Independence Day method with the scientists. I'm just gonna connect thoughts, get thoughts connecting together. All right, so I wrote an article. You should go read it. It's on dapsmagic.com right now. It's very similar to a thought I had before episode 7, which is I am still withholding a lot of my judgment for it. I'm a little apprehensive just because they haven't really done something like this before. It's completely out of the episode.
which is why it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I'm hoping and I have full confidence that it could be something amazing, but there's still that little part of the back of my brain that's like, this could flop real hard. So in the article, I listed out some of the things that are looking very, very positive about it, and some of the things that have me a little bit worried.
So what's your number one positive and your number one worry?
Actually, my number one positive comes in the form of Mom Mothma. There. Yes, words.
And
Do you want to try saying that one more time?
No, I don't.
Okay, keep going.
In that they have a character that became so iconic for having almost no screen time in the original trilogy, and they are obviously developing her, but they're doing her well. They're presenting her well on camera, and she looks dead accurate.
Mm-hmm.
So it's obvious that they're respecting the source material and the time period that they're going for. So that gives me a lot of confidence for what they're going in that direction.
And your number one concern?
Actually, my number one concern comes in that they've already broken one of my cardinal sins of movies, which is saying the title in the movie. Mm-hmm. It hurts my mind so much. Now, they did it in a very good way by saying...
My bigger problem with that is the fact that they've already revealed it in a trailer.
Yeah.
I think that would be a much more poignant moment if it just happened.
Yeah. I kind of have a thing that my wife can attest to, that if they say the name of the movie in the movie, I all but stand up in the theater and be like, they said it! They did the thing! Movie's over!
Because nobody else could hear it.
No, but just acknowledge it.
Okay,
so,
good.
By doing that, I mean, if they say the phrase Star Wars, I may walk out of the theater. Like, that is calling it out.
I'm definitely going to that movie with you.
Oh,
okay.
That would hurt.
Murray, what do you think of this show?
I'm disappointed in these trailers that there's a lack of that siren from the first one, because I really hope it's playing
Good
through
choice
the
of-
whole
yeah.
movie. So if it's not in the whole movie, I'm going to be really disappointed. Just the siren blaring the whole 2 hours.
Dying cat.
Katie,
I
what
want
do you
Kill
think
Bill
of
sirens.
Rogue One so far?
I totally believe that the concerns are valid. That the fact that they're putting so much in the trailers is really part of...
They're revealing so much more than they did for 7.
I do have to
Yeah.
wonder if we've seen the whole movie already.
It's honestly
And that's
concerning.
That's my big complaint I felt like with the Doctor Strange preview in California Adventure was I felt like I'd already seen the whole movie. Like, there was no huge surprises when we went and saw the movie, because it was like, oh, I saw that in Disney California Adventure. And
I'm glad I didn't see it.
yeah, I honestly am questioning going to these previews now, because it really did reveal all of the major moments in the film and some of the jokes throughout the film too. So looking forward to December 15th when this comes out. Is this 2 thumbs up, 2 thumbs down, 1 each direction? What do you think? Go. 2 thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
2 hopeful thumbs up.
It's gonna be 2 thumbs up.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good movie.
Good job, everybody. I'm glad we all came
And if
together.
it's not, we're gonna dedicate an entire show dissecting what went wrong.
We will all be dressed in funeral clothing. It will be best.
Mark Eads made a very good point that they did say Beauty and the Beast in the original movie in song. In fact, they had a
Fair.
whole song. Did you get up
Although-
and walk out?
No, but musicals are different. When you sing in the thing, it's different. But when you just
So now
say
you're
it
making
in idle conversation-
caveats to your
Yes,
own
I am
role.
making caveats to my own role.
I do have to make another note here because William Fonda made a point that wait, is Rogue One still on time? Because I think there was a bet in regards
I
to
never
that.
agreed
Dot
to that
dot
bet.
dot dot.
There a bet?
Anybody else, Miss Bailey? See, you're our.
Yeah, she can check and see that I never agreed.
She's our
But
historian.
she wrote it down and it's on Twitter.
Well, if it's on
So-
Twitter.
And apparently we scared Miss Bailey C's cats with the noise that you were making.
Awesome!
I'm so
Hi, Miss
sorry.
Bailey Sees Cats. I'm a big fan.
It's true, they're really cute.
Anyway, we are running out of time for tonight. We hope you've enjoyed this week's show. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and find us on Twitter with the hashtag Geeks Corner. But for now, we will see you around the corner.